drive baseline. Like, dude, like I'm constantly like coaching and not even realizing that I'm doing it. And I've had coaches along the way that have still left the impact on me to this day. And just knowing how you could affect so many people's lives, like just in the basketball world and outside, it's like that's what I feel like my calling is, to talk to people through the game of basketball.
Yo, Wagwan Fam, welcome to episode 1 of Wagwan in Life. I'm your host, Joshua Heron. We got a producer, Kenny Codex. The show is brought to you by Ashante Studio out of Toronto, Canada, and Lala Chic Boutique out of Maple Clarendon, Jamaica. This is episode 1, episode uno. The party, the vibes, we out here. I'm excited to bring the show y'all way. And we got with us today the star of Howard's women's basketball team. I'm gonna let her to introduce herself, but you gotta introduce yourself a little bit different. You feel me? We do a little bit unique on this show. We're not saying hello, we're not saying what's up, we gotta say Wagwan. And then,
I got you.
Got it? All right, let's hear it.
Wagwan. I'm Destiny Howell. I'm a junior, sports manager major, psychology minor from the illustrious Howard University.
Hey, she gave her whole Howard intro.
Had to.
How you feeling today?
Feeling good.
That's dope. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. You are Jamaican.
Yeah.
So you fit right in. So I could talk a little part to her ear on there. You understand?
Just a little bit.
Just hey. But it's crazy because you didn't start eating Jamaican food until 2019.
Yeah, I was lost in the sauce. I ain't even gonna lie. Basically, like growing up, my grandparents obviously like they came from Jamaica, so all they knew was Jamaican food.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, I just didn't like it. I was a very picky eater. I just ate like Kraft mac and cheese and spaghetti. I swear to you. Like that was my go-to meal. Like, you know what I'm saying? The hot dogs and stuff like that. Which we not with that no more.
The glizzies.
But that was like then when I got older, it was like this is what I was missing the whole time. So it was like, now I love it. You know what I'm saying?
And you also got that love for seafood too.
Oh yeah. Now I'm a big seafood person.
Word. What's your favorite seafood? Like your go-to? Like
crab legs.
Word?
Yeah.
You need to try my mama's curry shrimp. That's what you gotta arrange that for you.
I like the curry shrimp too. Like anything that's like seafood that got like I'm with that.
I've never had lobster before. I never had crab before.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just straight shrimp.
I would say like lobster to me is not really like it's not my go-to. I would definitely take like crab legs over lobster, but it's pretty good too. You need to try that. You
mentioned your grandparents. You're Jamaican on both sides of the family. You're a big family person.
Yeah, even though I haven't seen all my family down there, I've just seen them when they came to America. So I definitely like want to go down there and experience like what their day-to-day life is, and even just the houses out there are different, like all that type of stuff. Even I'm seeing on Skype and sometimes when I'm like talking to them, it's very, very different.
So you got that WhatsApp. They don't
got that FaceTime.
Bro, they be sending all type of stuff on WhatsApp, bro. I find it amazing how you mention like the houses and stuff like that. I feel like going down there is really humbling because it's like you realize how much you take for granted in America.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like there's days when there's nothing in the crib to drink except water and bread when you gotta go to bed. You feel me? Up here we could you feel me? We could go to Ho-Chi. We could go to Soul Wings.
I was just over there last night.
Exactly. You feel me? So it's like Just having that humbling experience. So, growing up in a Jamaican family, you always got those grandparent stories. You got any like ones that you memorize like the most? Any ones that stick in the back of your head?
I would say, when I used to go to camp and I was like living at my grandparents' house for the summer, I would always say like, why don't you guys drive me to camp or whatever? Because they would have the bus like come and get me and then drop me over there. And I don't know, I was just spoiled and I just wanted to be, driven. And they would say like, I used to walk miles and like no shoes and like they just kept talking about how their school is so different and like how much we take for granted. Yeah. But then again, like when I'm 8, 9, you're not really like you don't really pay attention to that type of stuff like that. Yeah. So I just kind of like brushed it off. But now I'm thinking like, damn, like they was walking miles to go to school, no shoes on, just to sit in this tiny little classroom, and it was
same
like
uniform for the whole week.
Yeah. That was a whole nother thing. She would say, "We used to iron my clothes with the pot," and I'm like, "Damn!"
With the pot.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff that like they told me from how they grew up and stuff like that, it's like, we have it so much better, and they try to make sure that not only like my dad and my aunt have it better, but that I have it better as well. So
I definitely see that with my parents as well. Where it's like they didn't grow up getting certain things, and then they try their best to make sure their kids get what they didn't get.
Yeah.
It's a privilege that they even have the chance to come over here. You understand?
Word.
So it's like, goes back to not taking it for granted, but I definitely understand what you said, like I used to drive miles and walk miles, and no shoes on my feet. I'm flying out way on the dirt road and the rock them on my foot and all. Your great-grandfather, Leonard Howell, was one of the first 4 founders of Rastafarianism. How have you seen that tradition passed down throughout your family, or like taking like pride in that position?
So I want to say my grandfather first introduced me to like what Rastafarianism was when I was about maybe like 7, 8, like when I was old enough to like really understand kind of what he was telling me. And it's funny because I was never really like interested in it when I was younger. It was just like, okay, you know, I'm in America. You know what I'm saying? I was like very ignorant to a lot of stuff that they used to tell me from back then. And it's like now I'm realizing like who he meant to not just me or my grandfather, like my family, but who he meant to like the rest of the world and what he started. Like he started a movement that's still going strong to this day. So he's in his grave happy and content with what he's put forth in this world.
That's
so
the legacy.
I feel proud just that not only like me carrying that last name, but just that like I'm able to also spread that in the way that I can and things like that as well.
Oh, that's dope. Speaking of family, you're raised with a single mom. How she handled it inspire you and like even cater to your growth as a baller, really?
I saw my mom get it out the mud. I'm gonna just keep it like flat like that. I saw my mom really get it out the mud. So growing up with just me and her, you know what I'm saying? Like that was like my best friend. I was her best friend, vice versa. I really saw her get everything that she'd ever wanted and she's worked for it. So all that she's taught me when I was younger is that if you really want it, go get it. It's not gonna be handed to you. You're not gonna get no silver spoon. This is not that family, or we don't have the opportunity to cater to your needs like that. Whatever you want, go get it. And you know when I want to say when I was first born, she graduated CNA school. She went back to LPN school, graduated. She went back to RN school, pregnant with my sister, graduated, walked across the stage pregnant with my sister. She's going back to school again, and my youngest sister, who's 3, is now they're all having to deal with that whole school thing now with her going back. And I remember she's going back again.
Congrats to mama.
Ma Dukes, I love you. But she basically she's just shown me like so much, just like her character, how strong she is. Like she lost both her parents, and the fact that she's just done everything that she's done in her life is like, not only do I admire her, but I aspire to have that same character that my mom has and that she's kind of instilled within me my whole life.
That's dope. And you grew up in Queens. Shout out to Queens, the borough, 105. Need to make it 6. Yonkers got to go in there. DJ Khaled was up in Yonkers the other day. I don't know if you saw it with Jadakiss.
Nah, I ain't see that.
Yeah, he was up in there the other day. But
that's local news.
Nah, that's local.
He was on Warburg.
I'm dead.
I did, Jada did, Yonkers did.
Because my mom was a single mom, obviously her going to school and her working, it was very hard for her to manage her time. So because of that money situation, you know, all that type of financial stuff, we had to move from place to place to just get by and have her still, you know, her car, have her still be able to go to school because she needs her car to go. So it was like everything that we had to do was for the betterment of not just her, but for our family. So obviously, like I've always wanted stability, and I've never had that stability within a home type of environment yet. But I would say everything that we did, it was for us. So I don't really have no beef about that. And I got to see different types of, like going to different schools, I'm getting to see different types of people in this area, different type of people in this area. You know, I was in Suffolk County, I was in Nassau, I was in Queens, I was all over damn near, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
How did it affect your your commitment to your growth as a baller?
I would say because we moved around a lot in so many areas, I was playing against a lot of different people. So I wasn't just playing against the best in this area or the best in this area. I was playing against everybody.
Yeah.
And it was like I was making connections with, you know, these hoopers, and I feel like that kind of made me better as a basketball player just because I had the opportunity to be playing against so many people and get so much knowledge from so many coaches. The coaches are pretty known everywhere. So I would say like Mike Jackson from Nassau County and like certain people from Suffolk, and I've just taken in everything that I've gotten from these different areas, and that's really made me who I am today.
Expand on that. Like, what's the importance of like, you know, the ball, like going into like different areas and like observing, like listening and taking in the atmosphere and like putting that and applying that to your game and your growth as a basketball player?
I would say it's really like who's knows my game the best and who's seen me the most, because I'm not gonna be taking information obviously from just anybody, but I'm just gonna take what I feel like works for me and what I feel like is being poured into me and is genuine. You know what I'm saying? It was like, obviously you have a lot of people who just tell you what you want to hear, people that try to, you know, hop along the bandwagon as time goes, which I'm now starting to experience a lot more. Yeah. But those people who really like gave me everything that they had, gave me their time, gave me their words of wisdom, I've taken that all in, and I feel like that really helped me to get to where I am today. So it's always a shout out to them. That's
dope. Before we go like more in depth in like your ball game and stuff like that, did the athleticism like that you have obviously right now, did it ever translate to any other sports like growing up?
Yeah, my first love was football. It's actually funny because girls don't really play football like that, you know what I'm saying? And I played with pads on and all of that. Like I really played.
You was a football player.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny because I stopped playing when I was 12, and you know, like around that age, like boys start hitting puberty and stuff like that. So I remember it was this one game we was playing at Westbury Middle School, and I was wide receiver at the time, and I remember I was. It's really funny because I think about it, and I'm like, if I would have just went out of bounds, he wouldn't have rocked me like that. When I say this dude real live like
chuck it,
and it was a real like hit stick. It wasn't no like, you know, baby hit. It was none of that. And obviously when I'm playing, like nobody's thinking that I'm a girl when I'm playing, because I helmet on, all that. Like my hair wasn't really out the back too much, so you really couldn't tell. So when I got up, it was like, I really think I had whiplash. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm not even gonna sit here and gas it, none of that. I took off my helmet, and people was looking like, is that a girl?
Yeah.
Like, blah, blah, blah. And
surprised them.
Word, and the dude was like, oh, like, I didn't mean to hit you like that. Like, I didn't know you were a girl. So that to me was like, girls don't really, like, it's a difference. It's not just like, if I was a boy, you would have hit me like that, and then you would have went, you know what I'm saying? You would have back to the line of scrimmage, and that would have been it. Yeah. But because I'm a girl, you felt bad about it, and I was like, nah, I can't do this no more. They got way bigger, they got way stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like I hit my growth spurt kind of early. Yeah. So it was like I was kind of bigger than all the boys. I was a little bit faster than them. All of that.
I'm still trying to hit mine.
It might not become. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm done.
But when they really started hitting puberty like that, I was like, yeah, nah, I physically can't do it. I'm gonna hurt myself.
Yeah. So you definitely think that like playing other sports makes like basketball easier?
Yeah,
when you having that experience.
When you an athlete, you an athlete. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. When you an athlete, you an athlete. True. So I consider myself an athlete.
Having experience with all these sports, obviously you have good and bad games. Like even like now at Howard, like how do you like? What's your approach after a bad game? What's your approach after a good game?
I be in my bag after a bad game. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I be in my bag, but it's not like because I'm angry that we lost, or I mean I'm a little tight about it, but it's more towards like myself and what I could have done better. Like every time that we lose, I'm thinking like what I could have did. I'm thinking about this player. I'm thinking about something that even we could have did as a team. Yeah. So it's mainly just that we're better than that, and I know we're better than that, and we didn't show that this game, but we have the opportunity, God-given, that we're able to play the next game and finally show what we could do. Because we've had some games this year that we shouldn't have lost. Yeah. But we did, and it just wasn't our day. I'm
gonna need you to bring out like the grandparent Jamaican energy anytime you have a bad game. Like yo. But speaking of Howard and stuff like that, why HU? Like, did you consider any other options and stuff like that?
I had other schools. Definitely like with the end of my AAU season, like approaching my junior year, like I'm picking a school type of time. Yeah. So I kept thinking like, obviously when you're getting recruited by a school, it's like, okay, cool, like I have an offer, okay, cool, I can play basketball, but it's what else does the school have to offer? And a lot of these other schools, they didn't have a lot to offer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, take away facilities, take away where the campus is, take away all of that. When you look at what that university has to offer, compared to Howard, it's really not a lot. What you get here is culture that you can't get anywhere else. And I made the decision at the end of September, and I want to say going into my senior year, that I was gonna go to HBCU. And I was deciding between Norfolk State, Norfolk State, and then Howard.
Don't say those names over here.
Nah, for real though. But yeah, when I really thought about it, I said Norfolk State's like, it's a little bit too far from, like, I wanted to be somewhere like not too close to home, not no St. John's, because that was real live down the street, but somewhere like close enough.
Mama coming to the door just like that, so easy.
But I wanted to be somewhere where it was like, it was driving distance, where I could I could go back, let's say on a weekend, like something like that. And I felt like Howard was in that perfect location. I get back, I hop on that New Jersey Turnpike, and I'm there in 3 hours and 30 minutes.
Please don't talk about New Jersey Turnpike, bro, because yo, it takes like an hour and a half just to get off the Turnpike alone. We were driving out here yesterday, and bro, I was dang near like, I'm not gonna say that, bro.
I'm gonna say it. My son was asleep on the wheel.
That's half the drive right there. And then you get to that little Baltimore strip where it's like that 48 miles. Yeah. And that, like, them two highways is half the drive. So I just keep thinking, like, get through the Turnpike.
Facts. When I see Delaware Bridge, I'm like, that's a light at the end of the tunnel. We almost there. And it's crazy because, like, the final 30 minutes of the job is, like, the longest time ever. For me personally.
Because then you gotta get into DC and then it's slow because you're not just on the highway. Then you at the lights and it's just like driving in the city, but a little dumbed down from that.
How was it easier for you, like coming from New York City, like than coming to DC? Like, was it easy to get like adjusted and to, like acclimated and stuff like that, or was it like hard?
Yeah, the city life that I'm used to. So it was like, this was just another city that I was in. I would say, like, versus my other teammates who are coming from like down south or places like this. Yeah. DC was like, it was a big adjustment to them, but I would say like I adjusted very fast.
And part of that adjustment is growth too, because like, and I'm bringing back like you're playing at HU. Your first season freshman year, you averaged I believe 6 points a game. And then the next season you come in, everything doubles for you, bro. Like everything doubles or like over doubles. You feel me? So it's like, and your freshman year is during COVID year. So I'm interested to know, like, what did development look like for you from your first year to the second year, and like your mindset the whole time? Because like everything doubled, bro. Like all our stats them double, bro. You feel me? So it's like, I want to know like what did that development look like for you during COVID and stuff like that, and like take us deeper into that.
I would say, obviously, like, just COVID itself, like, that was a lot just on America as a whole. Like, not even just my family, but especially my family, because my mother ended up having COVID in March, and she had like that first wave where it was like,
the first drop.
Yeah, like when people was dying from COVID type thing. So that was a wake up call, especially because my mother in November of senior year, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. And
she okay now?
She's in remission right now. She's doing a whole lot better right now. But the week before it happened, I remember they told us like, we're not gonna go to school for a week. And she finished her chemo treatments that week. Next week, she starts feeling a little sick. And I didn't know if that was because like when you do chemo, like your white blood cell count goes down. So like all those cells that are like fighting back sicknesses and stuff like that, they were gone. Yeah. So she starts feeling sick, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's just about like a cold or something. We're not thinking COVID. Like that wasn't how we thought in 2020. Yeah. So she gets tested for COVID. She has COVID, and then she starts getting really, really sick. Like can't move, sick, and we didn't want to take her to the hospital because they didn't know what to do at that point. Yeah. They still don't know what to do. Yeah. Like, they just be putting people on the oxygen and the ventilators, and it's
trucks and everything. It was
crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's not. So we just thought she'd be better at home, and us like having a lot more natural remedies for her. Like we actually went vegan. We changed our whole diet. She was taking a lot of like natural pills and like Dr. Sebi type of stuff. I ain't even gonna get too much into that. But she was doing a lot of natural things that was helping her get better. And then eventually she ended up beating COVID, and it was scary because I really thought like for a second like I'm not gonna have a mom anymore. And to me it was like, you can't beat cancer and then, you know, I'm like go out like that. Like that's what I kept telling myself, like she's so much, like she's so strong. And I remember saying just a few minutes ago, like that's her character. So for her to have this whole long battle with cancer, having a 1-year-old, having a 4-year-old, and maybe at the time being 18, it was like, it was a lot. 17, 18, it was a lot. That going into my freshman year was like, I had this, I don't really know how to explain it, but I had this sort of like anxiety in that I had to like do more for my mom. And I feel like I got so caught up in that I didn't really perform the way that I wanted to perform. And me leaving her with my sisters was all, it felt like I was leaving a burden on her. Not that those are my kids or whatever, but like because I was helping so much because of the position that she was in, it hurt way more to leave, knowing that I'm leaving her in this situation. But she just kept telling me like, this is what you were born to do. Like you have to go and just be you and just hoop, because this is what you do. You've been hooping, you've been shown that, you know, you have this star potential. Like she's like, go do you. So my freshman year I came here and I was just trying to figure out what college was in the COVID time. I was trying to figure out how it was to really be away from home. I was trying to figure out just everything. Like when you go to college, like everything just changes. Life itself, you're living by yourself, just all of that. So I feel like everything that happened leading up into my freshman year, it didn't fully allow me to have my breakout yet. I feel like I was still playing reserved. I was still playing like, I was just overthinking a lot. But that's because I was doing a lot of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Just even with my mom, with COVID, with this, with that, we had so many quarantines where we had to stop playing. We had so many shutdowns, just everything. So the season itself was a very unconventional season just because of the way that things happened. Going in and then leaving that with the chip loss, it was like going into my sophomore year, now I'm seeing that my mom is getting a lot better. Her hair is growing back. She's feeling better. My sister, like everything felt a lot better. So seeing that and feeling that, I was like, the last thing that has to get better is my game and me, you know what I'm saying? So that summer, I was training crazy. Like, everything was just like basketball. If it wasn't basketball, I was sleeping. And I want to say that I took that time out to really like dive into the parts I was lacking in my game and sharpening, you know, the tools that I already have. And coming into my sophomore year, I had that injury in September, that back injury, and it was like I just did all of that work just for it to go to nothing.
Take us into that back
And
injury in this year.
So basically, I hurt myself deadlifting, trying to max deadlifting, and I had a bulging disc in my back that was kind of like pushing on a nerve. So at first it was something very minor. Like I said, just pushed out a little bit, pushing on the nerve, and then I kept playing on it, not really rehabbing it because people didn't see it to be a major injury. It got worse, and it hasn't been confirmed because I didn't get the MRI after that, but so to say, the disc slipped, and I didn't have any like movement in my back until it was moved a certain way from one of the other trainers. And that to me was like, I'm out. Like the type of pain I was having after that, like if I was driving for over 20 minutes, it was like my whole side, like on my back was done. And for it to be things where I'm doing outside of basketball where I was hurting, this is an injury. This is not no, oh yeah, like my ankle hurt when I played basketball. Like it's not nothing like that. So even when I'm like laying in the bed, damn, my back hurt, or like something like that. So I kept thinking like, how am I gonna get through this season and I can't even drive, and I can't even lay in my bed regular. I can't even stand up for too long. I can't even do all these normal activities that people do day to day. And I'm supposed to be playing a whole game. So I'm like, this is not possible.
I think it's beautiful to know that you still had 387 points on the season. Still got all MEAC second team. Still dropped 61 threes this season. Still dropped 25 in the MEAC chip game. You still led the team to the NCAA tournament. You feel me? So it's like, it's beautiful just to hear that. And it's like to anybody out there who's like going through the trials and tribulations that you all do, it's like, I was telling you earlier, like God gives you a gift for a reason. You understand? And just keep being obedient in it and just keep trusting in Him through the whole process. Because you might not be able to, like, I feel like it's in those moments where you realize, like, I'm really not in control of life. You feel me? And it's like, so it's like leaning on the one who is in control.
Yeah, I had to just hoop.
That's amazing. And then obviously, you know, you got to the tournament. Before the tournament, like, take us into how it felt to win the MEAC chip.
Fourth quarter, when we were up, and it was obviously a lead that they probably weren't going to be able to come back from, I still wasn't thinking, like, okay, we won. Like, I swear, it did not hit my head until, like, I think there was a foul call with, like, maybe 30 seconds, something like that left. And I look up at the scoreboard, and I'm like, oh, my God, like, we're about to win. Like, it was like, it didn't even hit me because I wasn't, like I said, we've been here before. And I thought we were going to win that time. Yeah. So I didn't want to get my hopes up. I didn't want to feel that again. So I just tried to, like,
relax.
Yeah,
you know, it's like,
you know what I'm saying? I really tried to just, like, okay, I'm going to wait till that buzzer go off. I'm gonna stay down. And when that buzzer went off, it was like, it was everything. Seeing that confetti drop, I slid in that. I was in that jump doing snow angels. Like, you know, we was acting up. And it was just like, this is what we've been working for. This is for all the adversity we faced. This is for just everything that we've been trying to do this season. Mm-hmm. This is what it was for. Mm-hmm. So it was like a moment of relief just to know that it finally happened the way that we wanted it to happen. Mm-hmm. Because we thought it was gonna happen. Yeah. But now that it actually did, it was just like people really ask me that a lot, and it's the feeling is so hard to explain because it's just like, it's just a great feeling. Yeah. Like something that I've dreamed of since I was younger. Like when you play basketball, the whole point of playing basketball is to win championships. So knowing that we did this year, I'm like, okay, this is something that we could continue doing. Like now we're trying to have a championship culture where it's not just we're playing basketball at Howard. I feel like that's what we're trying to change this year, because now we've shown that we could do it, but can we continue doing it? It's really gonna separate us from the other teams.
Because I know there might be like a little some pressure, like, all right, we gotta repeat. Like as a leader, encourage your teammates, you know, tell them something.
I feel like, you know, we've shown that we could do it. Like we've been rocking with each other 10 toes down since the season has begun. And I feel like we didn't even fully understand our full potential until we started to go deep into the season. You know, we had a few losses that kind of had us reflect on not just ourselves, but as the team, because when, you know, things go wrong, people like to point fingers. People like to be, oh, you didn't do this or you didn't do that. But really it's what could we have done as the team better? And I feel like that wasn't a thing that we were doing towards the middle and the end of the season. It was more of, okay, we could have did this or we could have did that. So just that whole mindset, and going into this season, we're not gonna be losing that many games. Like we're playing a lot of good teams, and obviously losses happen, and I understand, like the goal is always to go undefeated, but losses happen. And that's even with the best team. South Carolina just had they first loss of the season to a buzzer beater to this team, Missouri. Mm-hmm. So, and that wasn't expected. So losses are gonna happen. It's just how you take the losses and how you prepare for the next game.
When I heard you guys were going, like coming from New York, bro, it's like, as you know, like we don't win stuff. You feel me? So like maybe in a Howard child, I'm like, yeah, finally got. I felt like victorious. So like, bro, like he just killed me in Madden yesterday, so I don't be winning, bro. So you feel me? So it's like, so it definitely felt good knowing that, I made it that far. But like you personally, like what was your fears and emotions going into the tournament?
I really didn't have any fears going into the tournament because, this is something that I felt like I was destined to do. Like, I was destined to play basketball. So it's no need to be nervous about the game. It's no need to have any type of fear going into the game because this is what I do. Yeah. I feel like this was my calling. Mm-hmm. So fear, I would say I didn't have that. In terms of emotions, it was like the crowd was totally different. We're playing on the floor of South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a team that like I've been watching. This is a team that like is known by everybody who plays women's basketball. So to be able to even share like that floor with them when they've been recognized and the way that I've been recognized, like it felt really good, and it felt like, we're here for a reason.
Yeah. What you learned
even
from
though
that?
We didn't, huh?
I was saying, like, what you learned from that experience playing them, like, as a team and individual, as a player?
Oh, man, they're the elite of the elite. Yeah. And I say, like, there's good teams, there's great teams, and there's elite teams. They are the elite of the elite. And I feel like they've been building on this championship culture. And this is national championship culture. This is not just championship culture. Not trying to downplay what we're doing, but we're obviously trying to get to a different level. They've been on that level. They're trying to maintain their image. They're trying to maintain what they've been doing. So to them, this was just like, this is another day. We just handling business. Yeah. And I feel like, obviously, the game was faster. Mm-hmm. In college basketball, like making the transition from high school, the game was also faster. Yeah. But with me already playing Division I basketball, I'm not thinking the game could get any faster than this. Yeah. But boy, was I wrong. Was I wrong.
Yeah, the huffing and puffing.
It was like, not only with just the huffing and puffing, it was like the way they swung the ball, the way everything was just so structured. And it was like, this is nuts. Like, they were playing within a system. And it was something that I haven't seen before. Yeah. And that being our first, like, NCAA first round tournament game, playing them, I felt like it was wild. It
was big because, like, that was the first appearance at Howard's women's basketball since 2001.
That was before I was even born.
Well, you were born in 2002.
I was born in 02. I'm an 02 baby. I was born in 02.
Kenny, you were born in what, 04? 03. Bro, we wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, that's
And wild. The fact that, like, that team, like this past team that just made it, and you led that, you feel me? It's like, that's beautiful. Like we could live out history. You feel me? Like, it's 2022. That was 21 years ago.
Just even knowing that we came back from that game, that we still made history, it's like, it's something that nobody could take away from us. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but obviously myself and the rest of my team, we were getting so many DMs, so much crazy stuff talking about Howard sucks, that y'all this, y'all that, and like personal stuff about me, and it's just like, basketball is just not that serious, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when like NBA players like receive crazy comments or like death threats, it's just a game. Like we're just playing a game on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I just felt like that was really unnecessary and stuff like that. But even like Dawn Staley, she shouted out our team and stuff like that. She being at the level that she's at, she showed a lot of respect for us and just how we got here and the trials and tribulations that we showed getting here in the first place, and even the fact that we had the opportunity to play her team. Dawn Staley's like an icon in women's basketball. So just to even like share that same floor with her, best believe I got my picture. Best believe I got my picture. I sure did. Nah, it ain't no, I can't, just respectfully, I can't even put that up. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the circumstances. Yeah. But it was just an experience that I'll never be able to forget. Like, being in the NCAA tournament, like, the attention that's on us, the media coverage that we're getting, it's like Howard is finally starting to be recognized. And this is something that...
sports.
Yes.
It's starting to finally be
Howard
recognized.
Sports is starting to be recognized, because when you think Howard, you think academics. You think, before I introduced myself and I said the illustrious Howard University, that's not for sports. Yeah. That's for academics.
Yeah. With that being said, what are your goals for this season? What are you trying to improve and stuff like that?
Obviously, my three-point shot has been like the talk of like my game in general, but I'm trying to raise my field goal percentage this year.
Okay.
I want to be like one of NCAA's best shooters.
Okay.
Which I feel like it was really hard to do that last year when I was really playing on one leg.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like you shoot with your legs, so
Yeah.
it kind of threw like my shot off a little bit. So I really want to like showcase that like, nah, I'm really a shooter for real. And obviously just all around in my game, like get into the rim whenever I want to. My mid-range game was something I felt like I didn't fully display. It was either like kind of three-pointer or I'm getting to the rack or like floater or something like that.
The New York layup package.
Oh yeah, I could show you some stuff I got from the games or whatever. But yeah, that New York layup package is just.
It go different.
If you're not from New York, like you just really don't got it.
Really?
You know, like you just really don't got it for real.
You see it because growing up in New York, growing up in Queens, like you play at the parks a lot. You see your game like the same approach like in the park games and these games as well.
Yeah, it's funny because like my assistant coach sometimes like she'll tell me like stop doing all that flashy shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying
yeah.
like. That's who I am. Like I play with some like flash to me. I don't like I play with some like a swag. Yeah, I feel like if you really hooper from New York, like you come with this like type of swag to your game that you just can't teach it.
Yeah.
Like you've seen it and tried to be it, but you just really can't teach that. And I feel like that's what I really want to bring out more this year. Like I haven't even thrown no behind the back pass. You know, this was my year. That like people call this my breakout year because of what happened my freshman year.
It's about to be your breakout.
This is about to, you know what I'm saying? This about to be my breakout year. This season, like my sophomore year, was just me seeing what I could do for myself. I didn't fully, like, I don't want to say I didn't know that I could do that my freshman year because I know the player I am. I just didn't have the confidence to do that. Now with the confidence and the skill set just being improved.
I'm excited, bro.
This is the year. This is the breakout year for real.
Got me here smiling. So here's a segment of the show called the Wagwan 4-4. Little introductory about it. Back in high school, me and my boys, every day after school, most of the days of the week, we used to go to Wendy's. And used to always get the 4-for-4. My boy Dino always used to get the 4-for-4 with the ranch. And the chicken nuggets.
Now that's the combo for real.
And the junior bacon cheeseburger. And I used to be the noob getting the chicken sandwich in the 4-for-4. And they used to flame me.
Nah, Dino know the vibes for real.
Nah, Dino on it. But so yeah, here's a little play on words. We got the Wagwan 4-4, in which I'm gonna ask Destiny 4 questions and she got 4 seconds to answer them.
Alright.
Bacon, egg, and cheese or chopped cheese?
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Facts.
Who your game inspired by?
Diamond DeShields and Kevin Durant.
Okay. If you were to go to Jamaica right now, what's the first thing that you're gonna eat?
Oxtails and rice and peas.
Yeah, that's little foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Pre-game artist you not to the most?
Lil Baby and Young Boy.
Lil Baby. Back in high school, they used to call me Little Baby. I don't know. They used to say I look like him.
I feel like he a little shorter than you. You know what I'm saying? You got him by like a little inch or two.
Wow, but we're not talking about height though.
Like I don't even gotta say much about Lil Baby. Like he really that dude.
Yeah.
Like I really resonate with his music. He's just a good artist overall, and like I don't even feel like he got one miss for real. Like, and I can't say that about a lot of other artists. Young Boy, cause like he gave me in that mold. Like he's gonna have me go out there and feel like I could dunk and I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I need something like that.
Yeah.
To really get me like in that type of headspace.
Yeah. Yo, let us know in the comments, hoopers, which artists y'all knock to the most. I'm interested to see like who be getting y'all in the groove, you feel me? Like, cause I guess like when I play soccer, I mean I play with my Jamaican boys. I don't really play for real, but it's like I be going up in there and be like, all right, bro, who am I gonna listen to get me in the groove? You feel me? And it's like different every time. You feel me? It depends on the mood of the situation. Sometimes Kirk Franklin come out.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. The day the chip game, we was on the bus, I was listening to Kirk and Tamala Man.
Yo.
Nah, I swear to you, like but that was to like center me before I could get to that other space. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like my on the bus type of okay. We're here, we arrived at the arena, like, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collected, all of that. That Little Baby is like, I'm about to come out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
50 on the head. Speaking of Little Baby, you in love with the babyface assassin, Steph Curry, and his team.
Yeah, that dude, like, he's just nuts. Like, he does he does things that like regular people just can't do.
Yeah.
Not even regular people, other people in the league can't do. So that's something that like I've always liked, and the fact that like he shoot threes like that. I'm not saying that, you know, I try to take it out the bag.
Your
but
shot inspired by him, like 3-point, like, you know, ability. Like when you're growing up and like you was working on your shot, like what you thinking about? Like, yeah, I'm trying to get like Steph.
yeah, like you know how people be shooting me like Kobe. Nah, I was shooting me like Curry. Like that was my thing.
Yeah.
So it was like him just being like just this shooter is how they tried to make him when I was growing up off him. So it was like, okay, like he's, you know, like he's this shooter and he's very, very consistent. And like that's who I'm trying to be. He changed the game now though, because people, like let's say you coming down transition, people are shooting threes in transit. Like that just wasn't a thing before. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he
like
really changed that.
Acting to you, like he shifts people's perspective of his game because like he could drive to the hoop too. You feel me? He could drive to the
that's what
rim.
I'm saying. So he's not just a shooter. He can also do other things too. But when you have that 3-point shot, everything else you could do is so much easier because the attention is on your 3-point shot. So that's why I feel like this year was a little bit different for me because I only showed my freshman year that I was a shooter. So when you were closing out, you're not thinking I'm gonna put the ball on the floor. You're thinking I'm gonna shoot it. So now I'm showing y'all like the little bag, and it's a little different.
It's a little different.
And that was just a little bit of the bag. It's a little bit.
It's a little
bit.
I'm expecting a lot this year, man. So I actually came in here with a little challenge for you for the year. I'm gonna tell you this: if you meet the challenge, all right, I got you with oxtail and rice and peas for half of April.
I don't even know what the challenge is, but yeah, I'm gonna get it.
All right,
I'm gonna get that oxtails and rice and peas.
You gonna get it?
Best believe.
All right, bet. So your challenge is, all right, you got all MEAC second team last year. You need to get all MEAC first team this year.
Yeah, now I got you.
If you get it,
I'm gonna get it.
all right, you get the oxtail and rice and peas for half of April. All you gotta do, hit me anytime. Matter of fact, I'll get you a gift card. Golden Cross. We in it.
I got you.
All right, bet. Say no more. Can't meet that challenge without eating good food. So I know we're talking about oxtail and rice and peas a lot, but here comes a segment of the show called YAAD Eats. If y'all don't know what YAAD is, YAAD just another reference term for Jamaica, which Destiny and I, we're gonna eat up some Jamaican food. You ready? I got you your oxtail and rice and peas. Fresh off the boat too.
Imagine.
There you go.
Imagine that. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Oh nah, yeah. This is oxtail rice and peas for real.
Gotta go crazy, huh?
No, gosh. You get a bite of this. No, you good.
Murdered. You also want to coach after you're done playing. I'm interested to know, actually, though, how Ty Grace's coaching style has inspired you or deepened your desire to coach even more.
I would say, first of all, she's from New York. Let's start there.
Yeah, I represent, baby. You know the vibes. Big up.
She's very honest and she's very real. And there's not a lot of people, especially in that field, that are that way. So me hearing like, you know, stuff from my friends about how their coaches are and just like how, and it's mostly these white coaches, how they do like these mind games and they like just manipulating their players and like all this type of stuff. I feel like that's not who she is. That's not who my coach is. And she really pushes us in this like kind of old school way just to be the best us that we are as a team. You know what I'm saying? My relationship with her personally, like that's like one of my like other moms. Like we ended up growing really close and having this close and like loving relationship where I remind her of her son. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we butted heads at the beginning. You know, I wasn't seeing the vision. I wasn't seeing what she was trying to get me to do. But now that I see it, it's like, yeah, it really like, I mean, clearly it brought some out of me for her to where I'm willing to run through a brick wall for her. So it's like seeing how she's touched other people and just knowing that like, I don't want to say I have that same effect, but like me being on certain teams, like I leave an effect on certain people. When I talk basketball, I know what I'm talking about. When I'm in the game, I'm not just in the game playing. I'm in the game trying to coach as well. I'm in the game like, nah, go to this spot, nah,
so
run this play.
Practice before you even get the position.
Yeah, and it's like that's something that really like drives me. I don't even realize how I be coaching sometimes, and I really do be coaching. Like, like even when I come out in the game and I'm on the bench, it's like drive baseline, like dude, like I'm constantly like coaching and not even realizing that I'm doing it. And then being able to have my own program, like running something to where I'm creating the culture. I'm willing to do that. And I've had coaches along the way that have still left the impact on me to this day. And just knowing how you could affect so many people's lives, like just in the basketball world and outside, it's like, that's what I feel like my calling is, to talk to people through the game of basketball.
Wow. You've been dropping gems this whole episode.
Appreciate that.
Like I said, it's a pleasure to interview you, but before we cut out, we have YAAD Eats, eating up the oxtail, the cabbage, and the rice and peas. But there's no YAAD Eats that a YAAD big up. You feel me? You already know Howard University, the YAAD.
Yeah.
This should be really easy for you. We got a rivalry with Hampton, you know, about over who to relay to and stuff like that.
I mean, they the institute though, so it ain't even no argument. It ain't no debate.
See, I was gonna ask you. She already answered the question. I was gonna ask you if you could say Howard to relay to you over Hampton, but you already.
We the real HU.
Simple as that. HU. That's all we wanted to hear. We got the start.
Hampton Institute, Howard University.
Hey, yo, we got the star of the women's basketball team, Destiny Howell. A really, really, really enjoyable interview. I'm glad that I got to know you more as a person and as a basketball player as well. But yeah, so thank you for coming on.
For sure.
Appreciate you. Hope you enjoy the food.
Oh, I will.
And already know, on MEAC first team. Proud of you. Just keep on going. I appreciate you. And yeah, Wagwan family. Thanks for coming out and watching the first episode of Wagwan in Life. I hope you enjoyed the series. Let us know what y'all think. Put on your push notifications, subscribe, like, follow, do all that stuff. Appreciate y'all. God bless. Big up. You don't know the vibes. Destiny Howell. You don't know. Straight from Jamaica, straight from New York, straight from Queens.
That little thing got it. What's good, y'all? I need y'all to tune in to Wagwan in Life. Like, comment, subscribe, all that.